All right, today we're working on another Ducati. This is going to be another Ducati lost key replacement and chip programming. So basically, customer sent the ignition lock, customer sent the dashboard, plan and action. We're going to take a couple blank keys like this and just figure out what the cuts are, put it on there, make sure it turns the ignition lock nice and smooth. That's why I need the ignition lock. They sent us the dashboard. So basically that's it. We're going to cut the keys, make sure they're working nice and smooth. We're going to put a chip in there similar to one of these. This is not this exact chip, but something like that. Write the data into the system, make sure it's in there, and that's it. So that's plan of action. Go ahead and cut the keys from scratch, decode the ignition lock, figure out what that is, take the chip data, program it into the system, boom. So I'll come back in a little bit. All right, this puppy is done. Here's the two keys. Bada bing, bada boom. There you go. Cut from scratch. Let me see if I can get a good angle at it. There you go. So I don't change the keys in the lock. So, there's nothing's changed. Whatever lock you send me, I'm gonna decode it, figure out what the cuts are from scratch, and then cut the keys. So that's basically half my battle right there. I gotta figure out what your existing cuts are, especially on a lock that's not meant to be taken apart. So it's a little challenging, but I've gotten better at it over the years. Now, y'all may see number 2 on it, number 1 on some of these keys. That's just me, or I may use some of these paint markers and put a little dot on it, and that comes off. But the reason I do that stuff is when I'm programming, I'm going to read the chip data, and then I'm going to write the data into the system. So while I'm programming, I want to make sure that I'm programming the right key. And then once I'm done programming, I'm going to go back in the system, read the data, and then match it up to that key, whether it be key number 1, key number 2. So that way, I make sure that I didn't program the same key twice. Because obviously, if I send you 2 keys, one may not work. So that eliminates that error right there by me double checking myself. Because the last thing I want to hear is a key not working, and my percentage rate is real good. I don't really have no problems. So, because I take my time, slow is good. So, take my time, make no mistakes. Anyway, here you go. Boom, let's look at the steering bolt lock. Oh, I forgot they ripped out the steering bolt lock this must have been locked when they ripped it out. So, they busted that out. But it works in all positions. There you go. At this point, everything's plug and play. Now, those of you that call me from around the country and from out of the country, and y'all hit me on the WhatsApp, y'all ask me why y'all can't find nobody in your country or in your town or wherever you at. Couple reasons. One, these people may not get enough calls for Ducati to justify spending a few thousand to make the keys for this stuff. Because trust me, once you start getting involved in Ducati, Aprilia, and all this other stuff, there's definitely an expense involved. Software, equipment, keys, chips, and then these guys probably are used to dealing with Suzuki and Kawasaki's. So when you call them up and say, I got a Ducati, their initial response is, yeah, we can do it. Until they dig in and realize, oh, I've heard of some people going out making keys to the bike and getting the bike, the ignition, the turn and everything. But now a bike ain't starting because they didn't know that the key had a chip in it. So what I would do first, do your homework, call around, see if they know how to do the bike. Just ask a simple question. What do you plan on doing? And see how they respond. Like me, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to decode the lock, figure out what the mechanical cuts. Then I'm going to phase 2. I'm going to program the chip data into the system. That way the bike can start, the anti-theft system. That's how, when you ask me that question, those are the responses that I'm going to have. It's just going to jump right off the top of my head. You'll know when you're talking to people, well, depending on, they start talking like that and you can tell that they reaching or they thinking, that's obviously not the person for you. 2, they may not have the training for this. 3, definitely don't have the equipment. So just a little caution. When you do talk to people and they say they could do your Ducatis, make sure they know what they're doing. I've had a few units come in. They tried to get other people to do it. I guess the price was right or the guy was talking real smooth, messed up their units. And guess what? Very expensive lesson learned. Because if it comes to me, and I realize it's all corrupted or whatever, I can't do nothing with it, I'm going to send it right back. You guess what? You're going to go to the dealer and buy you a whole new whatever, and you know it's going to cost. Those of you that already checked, you already have an idea what that is. So yeah, ain't much really to say. Plug and play at this point. You need my help? Give me a call. I'll tell you how much it's going to cost, what to send me, and how long it's going to take. And as usual, I appreciate y'all. Oh, go to the website, www.acm Locksmith Group. I appreciate y'all for watching as usual. Thank you.